Hey, what's up, folks? It is January 8th, 2024. So we're going to try to find a script that works for SPY on the, well, maybe the 1 minute or the 5 minute time frame. And we'll do this. Let's look at what happened today first, and then we'll see if we can find a script. So a lot happened today. This thing really moved way up, and all of our scripts, don't work all the time, and we don't claim that they do. Why would we? Nothing else 100%. If anybody was able to do that, then of course they would be super filthy freaking rich. So no, it's not going to work all the time, right? But we do want to utilize it in combination with other measures to try to find great entries. All right, but what happened this time? So one of the things I noticed that I've noticed before is that when you have like breaks of descending channels, or just breaks of channels in general, whichever way the chart retraces, you have this breakout here, whichever way the chart retraces, it typically, well, from what I've seen anyway, it retraces this entire channel, at least to the inside of this range, right? See the inside of this, it started, so the whole channel is here, and this is the top of the channel, and then this is what I call the inside of the channel. And I don't know, it's probably got some other technical terms, I'm sure, but this is the inside, right? So you got this box here that it kind of moves to. So yeah, I typically see that when you get this break, it comes all the way up, at least to the start of that channel. And then also, if you notice where it did kind of stop at, this green line here, which is a supply and demand script that I have. I've had it on here for a long time. And I probably need to update them because I've noticed that they do tend to work fairly well. But the market moved all the way up to this line, right? It moved up to that line and then kind of halted. So I don't know what the significance of that is, but one thing that I did notice also is that like on the 60-minute chart, was it the 60-minute chart? I was talking with one of my friends, and you see this gap in here? Noticing this gap in here. This gap in here, from here to here, from here to here. That big gap in there, taking it all the way across. I said, that's got to be something significant there. So I figured it would probably stop right around this level. It did continue on a bit above that, so next place I'm thinking is probably right around here in this region, in this box. Okay, but anyway, and again, don't get too sidetracked by the entry signals blue here. They are designed to work for the 5-minute time frame, not all time frames. And then the red exit signals or the shorting signals are designed to work for the 5-minute time frame, which has worked pretty decent other times. Today, it was a good indicator for a pullback here, and that's why I said that it's to go short or for a pullback. So it definitely signaled a pullback here. Here it didn't work so well, and then up here it did signal that it was like really slowing down. So not the top of the market by any means or measure, but definitely slowing down. So anyway, all right, let's see. Let's go to the 1-minute time frame and just see. I was looking at it earlier and I came up with this script here, which was fairly complex. I came up with some new strategies. Let's see. took me a long time to come up with this script, and it wasn't a very successful script, but it took me a long time to come up with it, and I did learn some stuff along the way. So I think by that measure, it was useful. All right, so it was supposed to be just kind of for pullbacks to go long, and it was supposed to work throughout this day here. But you see, I only got one indicator there. I had multiple other entry signals along the rest of the chart, but as I worked it and added stuff, you see I still have another bar there where it didn't work well. So, and again, on a 1 minute time frame, I typically find that you don't have as many reliable signals, especially not across all markets, right? So whatever works in this one time frame on the market will work for that specific setup and not for other setups. All right, so let's get that one off, because like I said, that's a very complex script. Actually, put that on. All right, I'm doing it late, but I'm only doing it because I said that I would do these every day. So I'm trying to be true to my word. All right, so even if I don't spend a lot of time with it, I'm going to do something with it. I mean, not a whole lot of pulling back here. I mean, today was just a straight whopper right up, right? Good gracious. So, I don't know, maybe that, something in there, something in there. I mean, that's not really much of a pullback anyway. It just kind of shoots off. Thing with that one. This one does pull back some. That pulls back. All right, so everything is under, well, for the most part, everything is as usual under the 15-period moving average. That's something I consistently see with SPY. So we'll go with it. Lower the bars under the 15 moving average. We'll probably do better if we say that the open of the bar is under the 15-period moving average. Probably got to say that it's got a wick, but all these have wicks. These do though. It's under the 15 and the 25. Man, don't have a lot to go off of here. Let's see, we do want it to be a bearish candle. And one other thing that I was learned today, because typically I work with like recent occurrence and I work with some of those other functions, I use lowest today, and it threw me for a loop, because typically when I use recent occurrence, it's looking at the number of bars back that something happens, whereas when you use lowest or highest or something like that, you're not kind of counting the number of bars back something happens. You're counting the number of bars within which something happens. So it includes the bar of interest. It includes the bar that you're actually looking at. So like if you're going to use that, it's got to have the lowest low of 4 bars, and you would do lowest low Lois. Jesus. I already have Lois. And I think I might need to just put low. I told you I don't use this often. Lowest low 4 bars. It's going to have the bar number. So we'll have to say that equals the low of the current bar. So the low of the current bar is essentially the lowest low of 4 bars. Like I said, those 4 bars includes the current bar. So the current bar would be number 1, then you have 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's go and add this, see what we got. Just started at 108.24. Is that the one? I think that's the one I made earlier. I didn't even put 1 minute. That sucks. It should be green. Okay, good. So we already have something here, and it, it's already decent. I mean, I'm probably not going to mess with that too much more. Just because I don't want to. And I don't have to. So out of these 3, the one with the lowest volume seems to be the best one. It's the lowest one. Out of this one here, these couple here, the one with the lowest mid volume seems to be okay. I wonder if that ticks over the 6-period moving average. Or is it still under? So when I say ticks, I'm talking about the volume. Ticks is under 6-period moving average of volume. Yeah, that one was over. Those two still have those two. All these look really clean. So instead of that one, excuse me, we get these 3 in here, which are not the best, but we get that one. So for the most part, this script here looks pretty clean. So if I could just figure these 2 out, then I'm just going to cut it loose. We definitely don't want that huge topping tail there. I mean, that's obvious, and that's ugly. So we'll get rid of that. All right, so we say that the top wick should be less than 25% of the range of the candle. And we know that. We know we don't want those ugly topping tails like that. All right, and then this candle here is just kind of a strange outlier. I see that the volume is like half of the 6-period moving average of the volume, which is a little unusual, but this one is a little bit low too. What? Probably just gonna let that one fly. Those volumes there are also fairly low. All these volumes being under the 6-period moving average are fairly low, and they are, they're lower than the 6-period moving average, and they are the bottom of their moves, so they look great. So out of all these, we just have all those look great. We just have the one that doesn't. Right? So I think I'm okay with that. And it does have the lowest low. It does have a high higher than the one before it. This one does not. This one does not. That one does not. That one does not. That one does not. You see a commonality. That one does not. Okay, so clearly, easily, the commonality is that the high must be lower than high before. And so this is how you end up building your logic one day at a time, understanding what's truly happening on your chart, and then putting all these pieces of logic together day by day. You'll see a common picture so you can discern your pullbacks in the direction you want to go. All right, so now we don't have it, and now all these are clean ASF. All right, I didn't want to do this, but I want to do it. All right, so let's take this, because all these would win. I think all these would win. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go over and strategy. But of course, this was a super strong day too, so don't get it confused. I mean, if you're going long on this day, you're probably going to win anyway. SPY 010 24. Say a risk of what, 0.05%, something like that. Say take profit of, I don't know, 1 to 5, so 25. Now we're going to optimize it every time. Tell you what, I'm getting quicker at these scripts. Again, doing this every day is helpful. But also, last night I learned how to make arrays. Today I learned how to be more successful with using lowest and highest, using those functions. Also learned today how to use date. Use date better, subtracting dates. So I'll probably make a video on that tomorrow. Alright, so if we look at the optimization report on that, it says, let's see, that it would have took 55 trades. Now this is not just today, this is back date 12/22. So if it's just today, all those would have been a win. Alright, so this is 27% profitable over since December the 22nd. However, even with that percent profitability, it's still $253 to the positive. But again, I didn't make this for every day. I made this just for today. So let's draw this to 1 day back. Okay, again, it's 100% profitable because all those were perfect dips, right? 213, $426, percent profitable. Forward graph going straight up. Using 0.07 as a stop loss and 0.225 as a return. Let's see what happened on other days why it didn't work, because like I said, there's other things that you can do. It's simple as just saying, all right, well, today was a bullish day, so when it's a bullish day and the price is operating over the 200 period moving average, this red line, then just make it so that your script says that you're only taking trades over the 200 period moving average. And that would help isolate some of these other trades out. All these down here, it would take some of these out of the equation. I don't know which ones were the worst losers. Let's just let's just do that. Let's say that we are the open is over the 200 period moving average, and then see what it does. All right, but so it didn't get rid of the green dots because this is on the strategy page. So we need to go back over to the show me page. And every time we change it, we're gonna have to change it on both if we want to keep our information consistent. Got some slide down the drain right here. So what we could say is that we only want to take trades on days that are gap up days instead of gap down days. And I haven't made a strategy like that in a while, but one time when I did make a strategy like that, that proved to be effective. So you see, this is a gap up day here today. Let me see, if I was to say that, what would I say? We would say that if time, we go up here and we say if time equals 1600, then value 6 equals we'll just say close, because we're looking at the close of the day. Or we could call it close of day, close D, because it's the prior day and it was already closed. Oh yeah, actually we could just do that because there's close D and open D. So let's just see if we can do that. We'll say the close D. Yep, close D. That's how many periods ago. So that's how many days ago. That's 1 day ago. Close day of 1 day ago is less than open D, which is open day of today. So we'll leave it 0 because that's today. So we'll verify that, and then so this. And it should be the same here also. This should also be saying that the close of the day here is less than the open of the day here. And so you only want to take trades on days where you have a slight gap up. See, this was a gap down, so it's not taking any of those greens. See, this was condition 8. Go put that back on. Verify. All right, you see how we verified? After we put that back on, this was a gap down day and it was taking trades there. It found some entries. Now when we put that criteria on, we verify, now it takes those away because it's a gap down day. We're only taking this on a gap up day where trades are over the 200 period moving average. Okay, so this is a gap up day. It's over the 200 period moving average, but our it's taking some trades, and I mean they're not all great, but that just helps identify a little bit better what we're doing. All right, so see, this was a gap up day over the 200 period moving average, and actually this 200 period moving average is consistently moving up, so that might be something that be interested in doing as well. It's just saying the slope of the 200 period moving average is moving up, which it is here, and these still are not all the best, so maybe just leave it alone. Looking at the VWAP there, the VWAP is going pretty much sideways on this day, and maybe that's also what we need to look at. That VWAP is way over the 200 period moving average. I think that means something. I think the VWAP shouldn't be that much higher than the 200 period moving average, but I'll do that on another day because that's, like I said, I think that'll be helpful. But close D minus open D. We're not going to do that right now because it's 11 o'clock and it's time for you to go to bed. So I can get up and do this again tomorrow. That, paste that. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, and then why is my strategy not showing trades? Off? Why is it off? What I want to do is I want to turn it back on and then go back in here and optimize because now we have different data points. Okay, optimize. All right, and now since we went back, we're still back. December the 22nd, right? We were December 22nd before, but we were 22% profitable. Now that we're back December 22nd, we made that slight adjustment just for gap up days. What's going on? Looks like we don't have any trade. Either we don't have any trades or it's still off. Oh, we put the 200 period moving average. Since we put the 200 period moving average, now we have to change our max bars back setting, which just see we have this here. Try to reference more bars back allowed than max bars back setting. So we need to go here. We do properties for all. I thought that this would stay changed on its own and you don't have to keep adjusting it, but every time when something happens with Tradestation, and it does often, and then you have to delete and reinstall Tradestation, all these settings get changed and you have to go in and reset them all over again. So that's the gift and the curse. All right, so here we go. So remember, back before when we had the gap down days and we had the gap up days, all that, back going December the 22nd, our results was 22%. Let's see what it is now. We were 22% profitable. And now we are 35% profitable. So better, $474. Okay, and the profit factor of 3.87. And so that's not bad. Profit factor, adjusted profit factor of 1.76. I definitely would like to see better numbers on that. 0.03 is the risk, which is pretty low. I feel like that could be adjusted or something. 0.03 to 0.22. That's so 1 to 7. That seems really outstretched. So I'm gonna try running this thing one more time. I mean, having a risk to reward that high is kind of crazy. 0.03, we're gonna say from 0.01. Go that high. All right, we'll do that. And then 0.225, 0.0125 to 5. That's 5. And if I could figure all this out in one day, I'm sure I would, and then everything would be hunky dory. But so no need to push it. We'll just call it what it is for the day and come back and try to do better tomorrow. 35.29% performance graph. Looks pretty decent trade number. And then of course these last several days, even adjusted for these other trades in here, these last several days are have done very well. Now these days in here, what is that? December 26th, 28th. I mean, they just look like they were having a hard time. So what was going on that day? It says that's not a reasonable day to trade this strategy. 26 made a nice. Okay, that was that first trade on the 26th. Now, subsequently, okay, that was the last trade on the 26th and then the 28th. Last trade of the 26th. Which was buy here and stopped out here. It was a huge wick down. So, in normal trade, if you're using an algorithm or something like that, then yeah, you kind of have to get out at the next bar. But if you have like a sliding stop or something like that, then you can get out mid bar. It'll just put in a limit order, so you won't have the same slippage here. So that's the good thing about actually trading live and it updating tick by tick. Whereas doing this historically, backtesting bar by bar, you don't have the advantage of doing that. So now let's see what's happening on the 28th that caused us to lose lots of monies. All right, so we bought and we stopped out, bought, stopped out. What is going on here? This is the day that we had the huge wake up. We had the huge gap up, and it brought the VWAP way above the 200 period moving average, which I don't like that at all. So I think most people would say that's too much of a gap up, right? So, and I don't know what criteria I'd want to use to define that by to say that was too much of a gap up. The average trading range of this day is going to be roughly 0.38% or 1.80. This gap up, or this distance from the VWAP to 200 period moving average was 0.35. So let's say if the 200 period movement, it won't be quite that much because the VWAP is a little bit lower. We're going to use that average trading range of the day. If we can do that, I don't know if we can do. I've never tried that, but if we can say that the 200 period moving average at close of the day is a whole day's trading range below. Let's see. We're going to say if time equals 1600, then value 6 equals 200 period moving average. Okay, and we're going to say if time equals 0935, then value 7 equals VWAP. Okay. All right. Now we have to say that value 7 is less than value 6 plus, say, average trading range or average true range of what? I want to do it over the whole day. I thought that there was a trading range for the whole day. Range, can we do range of the day? That's number of bars. We'll just say the range, which will end up being the open day. We'll just do high of the day, a bar go. 0, which be 1, minus low day bar go. Okay, and then multiply that. We'll say that it doesn't have to be that full range because that would be a lot, but we'll say that it shouldn't be more than 50% of that. So it should be less than that. Less than, let's see, value 7 should be less than value 6 plus 50% of that range. 50% of that prior day's range. Let's try that. condition 9. All right, so we do lose those. Ooh, 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 yeah. It made that look so much better. I get excited about this stuff, man. I do. All right. I get excited about this stuff. Okay. All right. So, wait a minute. How come we didn't lose these? What is this? Oh, I didn't put, we talked about value 7 and value 6. And on the strategy, we define them, but we got to go back and define them on this one. And that's one thing, one of the things I learned, trading penny stocks is that you got to look at these gap ups. And I love the fact that when you come over to like growth stocks and some of these other stocks, you don't have to look at the gap ups as much. But I guess you do. I mean, you really do. You still need to look at everything, right? So I've still got to make sure that I'm, paying attention to everything. All right, so I'm just gonna go back and re-optimize that one more time. And I just plan to kind of come on here for a quick little second and do something, but it looks like I might end up walking away with a pretty decent strategy that I can leave on my chart. Okay, all right, so, and now the performance report is going to show that great line there. So, yeah. So it's showing $600, which, we didn't really adjust anything for time or fees or anything like that. But the main thing I'm looking at here is the percent profitable, 66% profitable, which is A-okay. And that's stretching back over from December the 22nd up to January the 8th. So that's pretty good. Took 9 trades, took them on decent days that are more applicable to the script that we have, 588. The profit factor is 12.53, and that is phenomenal. What profit factor is? Here it is. Displays the amount made in relation to the amount of loss. Value is calculated by dividing gross profit by gross loss. By definition, a value greater than 1 means the trades have a positive net profit. Again, takes account slippage if specified for strategies. All right, if specified. All right, and then trade analysis, and then trade lists, returns, performance graph. And the settings that actually ended up applying was similar to what I had before, 0.035 to 0.225, which is still roughly around that 1 to 6, 1 to 7 risk to reward. And that's partially reflected in that profit factor of 12.53. But yeah, so another decent strategy, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with somebody else who you love, who you feel like could get a little bit out of some good trading ideas, some good trading habits, some good trading strategies. And you know what? I need to just use this myself. See me applying this to my chart so I can use this myself for sure. Matter of fact, let me make myself a note here. Accounts for gap up days and does not trade gap down days. Trades 1 minute long pullbacks. All right, guys, if nothing else, then I'm Eric, and I'm out. Peace.